Hi everybody. Well, as you can see, I've almost got my fence completed in the garden now. Getting there slowly but surely. So I've got them two in. Now we're getting to the bit where I anticipate I'm going to have a problem, where that third gravel board is on the ground. If I'm lucky, I might manage to dig the hole there, but as you can see, I'm now getting very close to those trees. So the fourth panel, I absolutely don't think I've got a snowball and else chance of digging. That is going to be, I think, just past the actual line of trees, virtually to the fence I've kind of measured roughly it's going to come to. So, as you can imagine, being that close to them, not much chance. But I am going to pop out now, have a little go at this third one, and I'm hoping I can get that one done. And then at least on the line of eye, when you look out at the garden, it'll be concrete posts all the way along, as opposed to maybe having to use a wooden one. You know, I've got to sort of come up with some way of doing it. What I expect to happen on the fourth one is I'm not going to be able to dig the ground, so probably going to use a wooden post on that and use the steel brackets that you would sort of use to bolt to a slab or something. I'm thinking if I can just dig a tiny bit of a hole and just concrete it in place, basically. I don't see that I'll be able to do anything other than that with that one. But I'm really hoping this one I will manage to get that third one dug. So I shall pop out and have a go at that now and see whether luck's on my side or not. Bye for now. Guys, as you can see on this third one, it's sitting a little bit higher than the one to the left, so I'll just have to scrape out a little bit of dirt there to even things up. A bit of a gap there, so I haven't fiddled about doing a little bits yet, but obviously I'll get some soil and cram it under there just to give a bit of support to all these parts. And as you'll see, I haven't gone to the trouble of removing all this stuff. I have actually had quite a few trips down the rubbish tip, but as you can imagine, we're talking a ton of stuff here. I don't know how long it would take to clear all this. I just thought, no, looks like too much work. Big mound of dirt here, wherever this come from. Don't know whether that's maybe when the fence was being done next door over the years. A lot of it got chucked here or something. But there is a ton of stuff here. And a big skip in Birmingham, you're looking at about £200. And I reckon there could be a couple of skip loads here. So I didn't want to splash out £400. As you can see, I am losing a chunk of garden. I'm probably losing about 10 foot of garden. I know it's slightly less because the trees stick out a little bit, but yeah, a good 8-9 foot worth of garden I'm losing, which is a shame. But on the other hand, as you can see, it's still going to be a reasonable size, so as long as it all looks nice at the end, I'll be happy enough at that. Here's the last post I did, which I did start to film, but unfortunately my battery run flat on my phone. So that's rock hard now, and this stuff really does go off in about 10 minutes. So you leave yourself a bit of a gap so you can put some soil in on top, so if you've got any grass around here or whatever, then that's got somewhere for the roots to take to. I found what I started doing with the post mixes, instead of putting a ton of water in there, I maybe put about a third of what I think I'm going to be putting in total. Give it a little bit of a mix up, and I dump a load of the postcrete in there just to make sure you've compacted it all round the bottom a bit. Then you can just keep adding water and more postcrete till you gradually get up to the sort of level you know you've got to get to. But the postcrete is good stuff. I did have a little bricky line set up. Just falling out this one end, so if you set yourself a little line up, you can make sure you get your posts all fairly close. So you're looking nice and straight at the end of the day. It's quite a straightforward process, not a hard thing to do really, but definitely easier with two people. So here's where I'm going to be digging. As you can see, I am extremely close to a rather large tree, so I'm really hoping I managed to dig this one. And the final post going to be fairly right where all these bloody tree roots are. So I think I'm going to probably end up having to dig these out. I think the gravel board's actually going to come as far up as this. See that, or I could get a masonry cutting disc, and I could trim the gravel board down a fraction if that's maybe the easier option. So what I think is going to happen here is, so you maybe a wooden post, the metal brackets you can buy, just dig this tiny little hole, cemented in maybe, something along those lines. Right, I'll grab my spade and fingers crossed I'll get that one done. I'll be happy if I get that done. Alright, catch you in a bit. Alright guys, back again, and I'm happy to say I have managed to do that post. I did hit some roots down here. I thought I was in trouble, but I managed to break them up. They weren't too thick, but I was thinking I was maybe not going to get away with it. Just set an old post in for now to measure up. And the last one works out to literally just past this tree stump. So that's a bit of a pain. On the other hand, it might work out well if I can manage to dig it out, because then obviously if I can manage to dig the roots out on that, going by ones I've done before, you normally end up with quite a big hole. So that could work in my favour if I can manage to pull that out, which won't be easy. I've dug a couple up before and they are a right pain in the arse, but that would let me get my last post in just nicely. So I'm going to have a go at that. I'm going to dismantle that chain link fencing because that's all in the way. I'll pull these two out, and fingers crossed that'd work out nicely. That'd be my fence almost touching the other fence. I can take a little bit of an off cut of one of the old panels that I took out and get that right up against that fence line. So that'll work out perfectly. So fingers crossed that one's coming out. Catch you later.